So one of the cool things during the pandemic was you got to spend a little time with the people that you love. You got to spend time with your family. I got to hang with my dad more. My dad, he was a teacher and a wrestling coach and a football coach, and he's retired. And his hobby is woodworking. He can make all kinds of stuff, all kinds of stuff. He's getting good. But during the pandemic, he was doing his woodworking, and he cut his finger off. And this is not the first time it's happened. I was like, Dad, we can only do this 7 more times. They're not salamander tails. They're not coming back. He cut his finger off. Where did he go? Urgent care. I was like, Dad, that's not a cut your finger off type of place right there. If you lose a body part, you don't show up to a strip mall. All right, like go to the hospital. But he went there, and they did a good job. They cleaned him up, and they're like, hey, he has to have surgery tonight, and we don't do that here. We can give him a flu shot, but... So they found a surgeon, and me and my dad went to this surgeon's office that night, and there was forms to fill out, and my dad's got half a finger, so I got to fill them out, and the first question was medical history. Now, my dad has had a lot of stuff, okay? He's 77. He has had a lot of stuff, and he's one of the toughest human beings you'll ever meet. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff that he has that he's not telling me about. So to be safe these days, when I get that question, I check them all. I check them all. Yeah. Sir, it says here your father has an ovarian cyst. Yeah. I think it's the left one. The second question was medication, and my dad, like most old people, takes a bunch of pills, So I go, Dad, I don't know what you're taking. He goes, I don't feel like dealing with it. Just put none. I can't do that, Dad. I checked a lot of stuff on question number 1. It's gonna get suspicious. Like, wow, 76 diseases and just Flintstones chewables. That's the... My dad has this dog, and I can't have a dog because I travel all the time. But during the pandemic, I got to hang out with Red a lot. I love Red. So I was walking him one day, and we walked by this lady's house, and she just starts yelling at me. He pees on the bushes, She comes out, don't let him do that. Don't let him do that. If he pees on those bushes, the other dogs are going to walk by, and they're going to smell it, and they're going to pee on the bushes too. I was like, well, how do you know he started it? My dog is not a leader, he's a follower. I saw my dog follow a bug right into a brick wall. He's not exactly capable of launching a movement. And by the way, those bushes have been there for 7 years, okay? See, you're telling me he's the first one in 7 years to ever pee on the bushes? I peed on the bushes 2 weeks ago. I didn't want to. I think a guy peed on him before me, and I was compelled, Yeah, my dad has always been very supportive of anything I do. He was supportive of the Procter & Gamble thing. He didn't really understand it. He's like, you're not really in sales. I'm like, yeah, I am, Dad. He's like, they've been selling Jif for a long time at the grocery stores. How'd your sales call go? You guys want to carry Jif? We already do. Pleasure doing business with you. It's not sales, son. I'm like, no, Dad, it's not about whether they carry it. It's about what items do they carry? How do they promote it? How do they shelve it? Shelve it, just like I thought. You're a stock boy. Your brother got a job cleaning out urinals at the airport. What's that make him, a fighter pilot?